as old as time, tune as old as song. It is sweet and strange, finding you can change, learning you were wrong. Certain as the sun,
Certain as the sun, rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme.
Beauty and the Beast.
tale as old as time,
Song as old as rhyme.
Beauty and the Beast.
Lovely stuff. Thank you all very, very much. And you can see Beauty and the Beast in Bristol until March. It then goes on to Dublin, Birmingham and Southampton, and then continues around the country until 2003. So watch out for details of where you can see it.
Oh, I can see why that is such a massive, massive hit. But another hit is sure to be a new series starting on CBBC tomorrow called The Story of Tracy Beaker. Now, Tracy lives in a care home with a group of other kids, and she is keen to be fostered.
Tracy, you're done.
What? You're a social worker, not a writer.
You like it? Listen. Tracy is a lively, healthy, chatty 10-year-old who's been in care for a number of years. She has a few behavioural problems and needs firm, loving handling in a long-term foster home.
Is that the best you could say? That I'm healthy?
So you're lively too.
That's grown-up code for difficult. And how could you put all the stuff about behavioural problems? Your ad stinks and I hate it. Only mad people are going to want to foster me, and it'll all be your fault.
Tracy, wait.
It is great to see that the books have been turned into a television series, and we are very lucky to be joined by Danielle Harmer, who plays Tracy in the series, and the award-winning writer of Tracy Beaker, Jacqueline Wilson. Hi, hello, welcome to you both. Thanks for coming in.
Hi.
Now tell me, Danielle, what was it like to play Tracy Beaker?
Oh, it was amazing. She's such a brilliant character.
Okay, so how did you prepare for the part?
Well, first of all, I sat down with all the episodes, I read them all through, then I chose a couple of scenes and acted them out and tried to find her character.
So what did you like best about that rebellious streak in her?
Definitely her fighting scenes, they were amazing.
Yeah, she's very feisty. I quite
Very.
like her. Now, Jacqueline has written over 70 books, which have sold more than 6 million copies. And we've got a few of her fans here in the studio to ask some questions. So, you ready, Jacqueline?
Yep.
OK, Terry, off you go.
Have you got your own private space to write your books?
Well, I've got my own little study at home, but because I do so much travelling all over the place, I take my notebook with me, and whether I'm on a bus or a train or whatever, I kind of make my own private space, and I just sit there sort of writing away like that.
Ideas can come at any time. Now, Aurea, what's your question?
Are your characters based on people that you know?
Mostly I make them up. It's actually safer. If I wrote about any of you and you didn't like the way I did it, you might get quite cross with me. So mostly they come straight out my head.
Saleh, what's your question?
Have you got any tips for young writers?
I can never think of anything really useful to say. I would say read lots and lots, and maybe keep a diary, because it gets you into a good writing habit. And certainly January, it's a good time to start keeping a diary, isn't it?
That's a very good tip. So Molly, what's your question?
How many books do you write a year?
Last year and the year before, I wrote 3 books, which is a bit much, really. I've been kind of chained to my desk, so that I think this year it's going to be 2, and 2 is a nice, comfy number to do.
I don't know where you come up with all the ideas for these books.
Well, neither do I. Fingers crossed, they keep coming.
Bethan, what's your question?
What sort of books did you read when you were younger?
I like reading family stories, quite realistic ones. My favourite author was somebody called Noel Streatfeild. I loved her books.
Why? What were they
I like ballet shoes best of all. I don't know if any of you ever do ballet, but it's a smashing book. It really is.
Abdullah, what's your question?
If you weren't an author, what would you be?
I think I'd have to open my own bookshop. My house looks like a bookshop now. I've got about 15,000 books crammed into it. So if my own stories stop selling, I'll have to sell all my books instead.
I can just imagine it. Lucy, what's your question?
What's your favourite bit in the Tracy Beaker series?
There are lots of favourite bits, but I think the episode I like best is one where it's Tracy's birthday party. And there are lots of funny bits, but at the end bit, you kind of get a little tear as you watch. It's good.
Jacqueline, it must have been very strange seeing your writing come to life and be on television.
It was the most wonderful experience, and it was just so lovely for me because I could just sort of sit back and just think, wow, this is just brilliant.
Really? Was there anything unexpected, anything that took you by surprise?
Well, walking actually into the children's home itself, because it was real, it was just extraordinary. But I think the most amazing thing of all was actually meeting Danielle, and she's kind of like my Tracy come to life. It's wonderful.
That is great. Lucy, have you got a question? Is there another Lucy? No? Yeah, Lucy, there you're on the cat.
Do you have a favourite character?
Favourite character? Well, I like Tracy very much. I like the twins Ruby and Garnet from a book called Double Act. And if I'm picking a boy, I like Biscuits from a book called Cliffhanger, because he's a very sort of happy-go-lucky, jolly sort of boy.
Good name, Biscuits. Zoe, what's your question?
How old were you when your first book was published?
Well, I've been trying for ages. I got my first short story published when I was 17, but I wrote about 3, 4, even 5 books, and they all got turned down. But eventually, when I was 24, the first one got published, and that was great.
Keep trying. So, Danielle, what's next for you?
Well, I'm doing a crime drama, and fingers crossed for a new series, hopefully.
Tracy Beaker, yeah, definitely.
I hope so.
And I've got a quick question for you, Jacqueline. Your rings, I can't help noticing these fabulous, fabulous rings. Is there a reason for wearing these?
Well, I like rings, and when my first book got published, I did buy one for myself, and so now, well, it's obvious I've written 10 books, and hopefully there'll be lots and lots more.
You need more fingers, though.
More fingers, maybe toes, you never know.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Thanks, Danielle. Thanks, Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Super stuff. And the story of Tracy Beaker is on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:25 on CBBC One. Make sure you watch. Now, get on your marks, because details of a great new competition which will give Blue Peter viewers a chance to get involved in one of the world's biggest sporting events is coming up. This year, the Commonwealth Games are being held in Manchester. And competing for England in the men's 100 and possibly 200 metres with a man who won the silver medal in the 200 metres at the last Olympic Games in Sydney in a personal best time of 20.13 seconds. He is Darren Campbell. And here he is, not running quite so fast, but very nice action. And thanks for passing over the baton. I'll take that nicely. Now, what did it feel like winning silver at the Olympics?
It was an amazing feeling, but I'm really looking forward to the Commonwealth Games in Manchester, my hometown. Hopefully I can go one better and win the gold medal.
It's going to be awesome. Still a few months away. Are you training already?
Yeah, training's going really well. I'm going to Australia in the middle of February for 3 months, so I'm looking forward to that.
For a nice bit of summer sunshine. Now, Blue Peter viewers have a chance to take part in the Queen's Jubilee Baton Relay. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Basically, that very baton there will travel 20,000 miles around the world, finishing off in the Commonwealth Games Stadium.
Goodness me, that is a long way, but it doesn't stop there, because the baton will then travel all around the UK for 50 days. It's going to start off in Northern Ireland. It will make its way to Scotland, then to the Isle of Man, the Channel Islands, Wales, and then all around England. Its journey comes to an end when it reaches Manchester for the opening of the Games. It is an amazing journey. It's going to pass through 500 towns and villages. What a journey. How can Blue Peter viewers get involved, Darren?
Basically, 5,000 people will be involved, athletes and celebrities will carry the baton, and 50 Blue Peter viewers will get the chance to carry the baton as well.
Excellent. Will you be doing a little bit of carrying yourself?
Hopefully.
Good. Probably only over 200 metres, though.
That's it.
That's probably enough for you. Now, if that's not enough, the overall winner will then have the chance to carry this baton in the stadium in Manchester on the opening day of the Games on the 25th of July. And each of the 50 winners will also receive a special Commonwealth Games pin. You can see them there, a cuddly little mascot and a Blue Peter competition winner's badge. It is a fantastic prize. And Darren, got to ask you, this is no ordinary baton, is it?
No, this actual baton is fitted with tiny sensors which measure your heart rate. As you can see, I'm extremely nervous now.
No, you're not. That's a nice regular heartbeat.
Basically, the faster the heartbeat, the faster the light will flash.
OK, let's give it a test. I'm going to leg over to Matt and see if it goes up a little bit.
Well, it's worse.
It's gone up a little bit. You try going up to Darren.
Well, I'm pumping away here. Hopefully it should go.
Go.
See if it goes. Go on. Oh, it's flashing away, it's flashing away. Darren, I'm on my way over. It's a super competition, this, isn't it?
It is, it's a brilliant chance.
So then, if all of this has got you into the sporting spirit and you'd like to be part of the baton carrying relay, then here's how you need to enter. You need to answer this following question. It's quite a tricky one. How many countries are there in the Commonwealth? Now, if you think you know, get yourself a postcard or a stuck-down envelope and write your answer on the back of it, along with your name, your address and your postcode. I'm out of breath.